Why Lil Mabu lost 6 million listeners. Let's watch.
Not long ago, Lil Mabu was one of the most relevant drill rappers, praised for
Let me find out y'all was listening to Lil Mabu, bro. I swear to God, if any of y'all watching was listening to Lil Mabu, bro.
his genius social media marketing. He gained the
Marketing was good though. Marketing was definitely on point.
kind of traction most rappers
He's playing that suburban looking white kid that's, oh, but I'm also a gangster rapper. Like he was playing that type of role, so you know what I'm
dream
saying?
of in a short time, setting himself up for a wildly successful come up. But just months later, his numbers have declined, dropping from 8.4 million monthly Spotify listeners just to 2 million.
He didn't switch it up, bro. He didn't do the Post Malone, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you a white rapper, bro, at a certain point you gotta switch the country, gang. Come on.
Last song pulled in 13 million views, yet his latest barely scrapes 1 million
That shit's still a mill though.
on YouTube and has only 600,000 Spotify streams. How did he go from collaborating with stars like Fabio Foreign to being compared to Ice Spice at her peak and Central C only to fall off so fast? Was he an industry plant who got exposed?
If I'm an industry plant, why am I not on Spotify editorial playlist? Why am I not on Rap Caviar?
Or did the music industry simply refuse to accept him?
I'm more blackballed than I am planted.
To find the answer, we
Yeah, I think he's more seen as like a joke rapper.
need to look at his rise to fame.
Like nobody's actually taking the shit Lil Mabu's saying serious. We know he's not that ass.
Lil Mabu's come up wasn't built on traditional rap credentials. He didn't come from the street like most drill rappers do, and he wasn't some underground artist who built a buzz off raw talent. He was first and foremost a kid who understood internet culture better than most of his peers. His early music was nothing like the aggressive drill sound he became known for. A few years prior to his current persona, he was making lighthearted melodic rap, dropping commercial sounding tracks like Miss Me, which had more in common with pop rap than anything remotely drill. However, these songs didn't get much attention, but they did show something important. Mabu
Come
was
on, gang. You could have been the next Justin Bieber, bro. You ain't gotta be Pop Smoke, dog. Just be yourself, man. Be yourself.
trying to be real from the start. He was experimenting, testing different styles to see what would work, almost as if he'd do anything to get more popularity with his music. And at a certain point, Mabu realized that drill was
I'm
becoming
about to have a fucking seizure right now, dog. Oh my god.
more popular, and that's when he made a sharp pivot by starting to make drill songs which performed better compared to his previous attempts at commercial rap. In 2021, he dropped Demon Time, which was his first song that got attention, but the comments on the music video weren't matching those that drill songs usually get. They were pointing out the irony of a rich white suburban kid making drill rap music. These comments could have easily been interpreted as discouraging or demotivating, but instead, Mabu would double down on this shtick.
All attention is good attention.
From this point onwards, Lil Mabu started changing how people saw him, building a fake image of having street credibility. He teamed up with
Yo, who is the nigga signing up to like do the videos with these niggas,
other
bro?
drill rappers like Didi Osama and Dusty Locan to make songs like No Snitching, which introduced him to a lot of people. On top of that, he started to post a bunch of TikToks and YouTube shorts where he acted like he was caught in dangerous situations or pretending to carry a weapon. And this got a lot of attention as people saw irony in a white privileged teenager acting like a New York gangster and being featured on songs with respected drill rappers, even though Mabu came off as a clear outsider. But this is exactly what Mabu wanted.
That nigga look like motherfucking the Apple white nigga, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Heaven's Gate, the cult leader. That's what that nigga look like right here.
As he was getting attention, and at this point he fully embraced the joke of him being an outsider in drill with songs like Trip to the Hood. The exaggerated delivery, the almost cartoonish music video, and the
Oh, yeah, he took that shit from the it was the Wayne. It was like I think it was like a cartoon done by the Wayans brothers.
self-aware humor made him go viral, and people ironically started calling him things like the White King Von. He wasn't just making drill music, he was turning it into a spectacle, incorporating memeable attributes both musically and through his online presence, so he continued getting attention, and it was working really well. One day he'd say out-of-pocket stuff in his songs, the other he'd be shooting zombies with Didi Osama or deliberately engaging in controversy by dating Blueface's girlfriend. Basically, he had gained momentum by embracing his ironic image and pulling off stunts and something new.
Yeah, one thing I gotta say about this nigga, he's a marketing genius easily. Definitely 100% a marketing genius, and I wouldn't be surprised if he came up with like some new persona that gets him big again.
With every song. But even though everything fell into place, all of this would become a problem for Lil Mabu. You see, Mabu's success was built on novelty. People tuned in because they were entertained and he was trending. But an audience that is built off of viral moments and trends can
That's what it is.
only take you so far. If you can't sustain that virality or
it's not really substance. It's more for shock. People listen to him because of the shock. It's not really some people enjoy the music, but most of his fame is from like people being shocked, like, oh, there's this suburban white kid making drill music. It's more a shock factor. It's not really, oh, this dude can rap, this dude has talent. It's not built off of that, so it's not really sustainable.
Aren't capable of fostering a serious audience off the viral moments you make. Once people had seen the Lil Mabu gimmick a few times, it wasn't as exciting anymore unless he pulled a new crazy stunt worthy of going viral on TikTok. You see, the biggest issue was that his music relied on shock value and internet moments rather than genuine artistry or even just being serious. His drill persona wasn't rooted in anything real, so once the jokes started getting old, there wasn't much left to keep fans engaged. This is why artists like Kendrick Lamar or Drake or even someone not in the big three like Denzel Curry has sustained a lot of listeners even though
they're genuinely passionate about music. They don't live off of viral moments.
He doesn't have to come up with TikTok dances every time he's putting out a single, because it's his music that people are tuning in for, not because of irony or viral moments or memes, etc. But this is not the only challenge Mabu faces because of this ironic persona. He has been criticized by critics like Anthony Fantano, who see his music as a mix of both respect and
Yeah, when it comes to building an audience, it's definitely better to build your audience off of being genuine in yourself and showing your natural personality better than it is to create some fake persona and be all wild and crazy if that's not genuinely you, because it's not going to be sustainable and it's going to show eventually that you're not actually that person.
Of drill music and his marketing approach as
while that might get you there faster, it's not going to be sustainable.
Highly opportunistic and selfish.
As most of his songs and YouTube shorts and music videos are kind of dripping with irreverence and mockery, intentional or not. Seeing Mabu build a name for himself doing all of this leaves me impressed in one breath, but also kind of grossed out in another, because unless he has a huge team of people behind him, he is single-handedly responsible for some of the smartest, but also some of the most cynical and opportunistic music marketing I've seen from an independent artist ever.
Mabu's viral marketing worked, but it didn't fully convince the mainstream music world either, which put him in a very weird position where he gained millions of views, but he wasn't really mainstream or being taken seriously by the industry or hip-hop fans, as he wasn't even a part of 2024's XXL freshman class, despite being more popular than any of the artists in it. And this would lead to his last song that was 7 months ago, which is basically again the same shtick of him rapping like a New York gangster, and at the same time,
yeah, man, it's time to change it up, bro. Go ahead, make you a country album, bro.
Was in the video. But this time, the stunt was that he would diss XXL for not including him despite him being more popular. Furthermore, Lil Mabu would respond to the idea of people calling him an industry plant and say that he's actually blackballed by the music industry.
First reaction to being called an industry plant, I think I just laughed, because it's like, planted by who? You know, my parents have no involvement in the music industry. They didn't even know half the shit I was doing. I understand that whole industry plant thing was an attempt to discredit me. If y'all actually use your fucking brain, if I'm an industry plant, why am I not on Spotify editorial playlist? Why am I not on Rap Caviar? Everything that's label run, Mabu doesn't see the light of day. I'm more blackballed than I am planted.
Yeah, I don't know if he's really an industry plant. I think he's just really good at marketing.
Listen, man, I'll take it as a compliment. I appreciate it.
One possible crucial reason for the decline in Lil Mabu's numbers is the 7-month-long break he took, which may have been driven.
Yeah, you can't take a 7-month long break and still be doing the same shit, bro. You gotta switch up your persona, gang. You know that shit's not sustainable, dog. You know it's not.
By demotivation due to his lack of acceptance in the mainstream music industry. His music, which heavily relies on gimmicks and shock value, can only sustain interest for so long. People are drawn to novelty, but once the initial excitement wears off, a one-dimensional persona loses its appeal. Without a deeper connection to his music or persona, the novelty fades, leaving fans less engaged over time. Lil Mabu has two possible paths. One, he could successfully transition into a serious rap career, distancing himself from the drill scene that made him famous, and eventually be accepted by the music industry, or he can fade away, leaving behind an image of violent gangster rap like
Young Crazy. Is that like, ain't that the shit? did 1900 Rugrat be saying, bro? I know he didn't steal that from him.
Rappers we've witnessed in the past. Except for him, it would be even worse because it was all just fake persona to gain clout. Let me know what you guys think and subscribe so we can reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year.
Hey, WVid, man. Today we and they spoiling the next reaction.
Send the OD, I got on my knees, so God see the one that I need. I fuck up the kitchen, I fuck up the dishes, we gonna need something to clean. Glock with a beam, I shoot then I leave, I'm a shooter, I play for my team. I'm a shooter like Filthy and Means, Lil Nate and Cream, you play then you stay on